How's it going? Armor Blue here. I am super excited to be starting on the map, and first things first, I got to come up with a plan. So we have the very beginning, and after that, we're going to have 3 different areas to go into. And of the 3 different areas, there will be 4 options of things that you can obtain in said area. And at the very end, the people will be able to put the 3 different options into the end to unlock the end sequence. So that is the basic overview of the mechanics of the map. Now to figure out the theme. Yep, we are going with a Christmas theme, because I want to make sure I have plenty of time to finish this map and it'll still be ready and playable within a certain time frame. So I best start it now if I'm actually going to get it done for you guys by Christmas. So let's go. We have the basic plan, we have the theme. What else could we possibly want to plan out? Well, that of course would be the storyline. I am gonna keep it simple. There's a threat to the spirit of Christmas, so over here we got love, which we have to fight fear with wardens and creaking. In this section, gotta get joy, so fight discord, mob spawners, that type of thing. And then of course for the peace, gotta fight that frustration of parkour and puzzles and things like that. Of course, I'm going to flesh out the story a little bit more as we go along, but it is very helpful to get sort of the basics set in place and go from there. Now, I am recording this in August, so it's gonna be about basically 1 whole section a month, which is actually not that much time. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this now. Because that is not very much time at all, but I will be doing it in creative, so it'll be fine. It's fine. The planning is far from done though, because we have to figure out what each area is going to be like and what the color palette is. So first we have the Winter Village, where you're going to start out. We have all of the different wall types and a few different various colors for the different buildings. And then we have the Spooky Caves, which is a lot more of the darker stones. If there is going to be wood, it's going to be darker wood. And of course, all of the ice and snow. Speaking of ice and snow, we got the Icy Castle, where we're going to be fighting all of the mobs. And here are the blocks for that palette. And then we got the Ice Waterfalls, which of course is going to be mostly natural blocks as you head up, and quite a few glass panes and chains for the parkour. And then the very end we'll have like a cozy feast cabin area, which we're going to use the same palette as the original, because essentially you start and end in the village, but hopefully end on a high note. But now that we have all of the themes figured out, I'm going to go ahead and look up a seed, because I don't want to do the entire work all by myself. I'd rather start off with something I can work with, and that way I've got most of the terrain kind of figured out. After a very quick search, I have found this. We have plenty of room here for a village. Might even move it over there. Might have to actually change that up. We got a mountain there for the waterfall, already with ice in place. I went ahead and placed down a couple beacons, kind of where spawn is, so that I know not to lose that spot, because that's where people are going to be spawning in. And I haven't quite looked underground yet. This is my first look. Huh. There is a deep dark. Little bit. Yeah, this cave might work out a little bit. definitely gonna need to do a lot of work in here. But we got something to start with. Oh, it does expand back over. Huh. There's an ancient city. That's interesting. For those of you who are curious, that is the seed right there. Now the only thing left to do is to mark out the areas. We're gonna start off with the winter village over here, marking it with white. And then of course we're gonna build up the mountains over here for the parkour area. And then across here would be the perfect spot for the ice castle. And I am going to be utilizing the ancient city and above it for the final section, but I'm going to be teleporting people over here. So I'm going to make the entrance over here closer to everything else. Now that I have a theme, a plan, a seed, the areas marked out, and the build palette ready to go, I think that's about it. Except for one thing. I should probably have a name for this map. What I'm gonna currently go for is Blue Christmas. Might change it in the future, but that's what we're sticking with for the moment. I am super excited to get started on this map, but that is gonna be for next time. Thanks for coming and hanging out, and let me know in the comments what you think of this world. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Oh, also, if you've made it this far, all I have to say is welcome to the Blueberry Club.